Hey, welcome back to The Average Kitchen. Today I'm gonna show you a nice fall, autumn, hearty chicken chili. I can't wait for this one. Let's get into it. You'll see here that I already pre-cooked 3 chicken breasts with a Cajun marinade. And I'm gonna tell you why I pre-cooked this. I am not a fan at all of throwing in raw chicken into any kind of slow cooker meal or whatever. And I'll tell you the main reason why. If you're doing a slow cooker meal or any kind of cooking, you should be tasting your food for flavor. Does it need salt? Does it need pepper? I don't think I'd be very comfortable for the first couple hours throwing raw chicken in with all of this vegetables and then testing your mixture to make sure that it's seasoned properly. So this way here, I pre-cook, I marinated my chicken, I pre-cooked it, and now as soon as I get it going, I can test it for flavor. So I'm just gonna basically start by slicing my chicken here. Boneless, skinless chicken breasts. We want these to be bite-sized, so I'll probably cut those in half there. All right, chicken's cooked. Just gonna give my hands a quick wash here, and then we'll start adding some of our ingredients into our slow cooker. All right, so you'll see here I did some pre-cutting work. I did 4 stalks of celery, a red onion, and then a red pepper, and a yellow pepper, which you can kind of see here. So we're gonna throw those into our slow cooker here. And you can see that that gives us a nice blend of veg. So I'm gonna turn this on. I'll probably start it on high to get us going. There we go. So I'm gonna start with just some regular diced tomato. Now this is a new kind of can opener for me because one of my previous episodes I end up cutting my finger on a shrimp. Heating this up on the stove, and because it's so thick, so this is a can opener that does not take or does not leave a sharp edge, but it's a little bit finicky sometimes, so we'll see how this goes. So no sharp edge. So we're gonna put in a can of diced tomatoes, and then we're gonna use a second can of diced tomatoes, a can of crushed tomatoes, a can of corn, chickpeas, and black beans. So just give me a few minutes here and I'll get these opened up and we'll start adding them to our pot. Welcome to the sink. I wanted to show this because maybe not everybody knows this about black beans. They're actually really, really tasty, and they're a solid hit in a chili, but you'll see when you open up the can, looks kind of nasty. And when you pour them into a strainer, you'll see they have this kind of film on them. Can you see at the bottom there? I don't know if you can get the proper lighting. You can see at the bottom there's like this, I don't even know what it is, but I always give my black beans a little rinse just to get some of that off before I put them into my chili. So I just wanted to make that, give you that little tip. So the challenge we're up against here already is we got a pretty full pot. So I'm just gonna slowly mix this in, and you really gotta give it probably a good hour or so to start to warm up and cook down. And we're gonna add some salt and pepper to your desired taste. And again, we'll start to let that cook down and get those tomatoes, because I find with canned tomatoes, you can sort of have that tinny kind of canned kind of flavor sometimes. And we're gonna try to negate that with probably a little bit of dried basil, a little bit of dried oregano, salt and pepper, and get it so it's tasting as fresh as possible. So the other point I wanted to make as well, I've got a couple cans of tomato paste on standby here. In the event that this starts to really get a little bit on the thin side, we'll see how it goes. Adding that crushed tomato is probably gonna help, but I definitely have some on standby in the event that it's getting too thin. I don't like my chili that it will stick to the wall. It's so thick, but you also don't want it to be, it's not a soup, right? You want it to have some level of chunkiness. So I just added some salt and pepper, and now I've got some dried oregano here. So I'm gonna add probably, I'm gonna say a tablespoon and a half. And I'm gonna do the same for the dry basil. And then realistically, because this is a slow cooker chili, you gotta give it time. So I'm gonna say this is probably gonna take, or I'm probably gonna cook it for probably 3 hours at least. and make sure that all of our flavors have come together and it's tasting amazing. We cooked this for just over 3 hours. I just unplugged it. I did not end up adding the tomato paste because you could see that it's got a beautiful consistency to it. It's thick, but it's not, like I said, it won't stick to the wall, and it's not runny that it's gonna fall right off your spoon. So what I would say is, know who your audience of who's gonna be eating this. So Jamie actually is going to a get together tonight, is gonna bring this pot of chicken chili with him. Jamie's not a spicy guy, does not like spice. So we really toned it down. But if you like to ramp it up, Louisiana hot sauce, Tabasco, anything like that would be a really good addition to this chili. But I'm gonna give it a try and we'll see how it tastes. Yeah, so nice. The beauty of cooking low and slow is I end up with a piece of celery there, still has some crunch. The chickpeas still have their same consistency. Nothing is broken down that it's mush. So it's a beautiful, beautiful texture. It would be fantastic with some fresh bread or a bun. You can see here, this is a beautiful combination of a lot of really, really nice ingredients. Well, that's our video. Hope you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one.